I'm making a video in trying to interpret what Google Search Console is. So you will receive from me an article on uh, on the matter. In the article will be in the description of the video on YouTube. The article begins with some links to have a look at. So these are some various resources I found online. You should start with them. Okay. For example, in this article written by me in Romanian, I comment on the fact that some SEO tools are meant to scare you. So, for example, if you are looking for an SEO tool to make an audit, it's most likely that the tool will try to give you some results, no matter if the results are very important or less important to you. They will likely try to scare you a bit, because if I run an audit and it tells me, okay, you have 3 small problems and 1 medium one, okay, this means I actually have no problem, so I will not be using the tool. But if the tool tells you have hundreds of errors, very important, everything is in red, alert, 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 it will put you in panic mode, and you will think, oh my god, I have such a big problem. And even if you don't solve the issues, you will still want to run that audit again and again to make sure that at least you are reducing the number of errors, because the tool you use gave you errors in red and they told you they are very important and so on. So in my opinion, some SEO tools have a bias in telling you things in red, error, important, and so on, even if the errors are not that important. For example, let's say you have meta titles which are longer than recommended length. But what is recommended length? Because the thing varies, and also, okay, it's a bit longer. What Google will than the recommended sites, what Google will do is will cut off a bit the title and make it a bit shorter. Is that a huge problem in red and so on? I beg to differ, and I would say it's not. So the tool will tell you you have 70 pages with too long titles. On the opposite, if you have very short titles, you tell you, oh my god, such a big issues. You have 2 pages with duplicate titles, solve it, and so on. I'm not saying these issues are not important. I'm just saying that if you just look at the thing and you see it's red and with bold and big error and so on, you might be tempted to say, okay, I need to fix this, this is very important, which sometimes might not be true. Okay, so as a general principle, try and find out more. If you receive a message from Google Search Console, the first thing you'll need to do is Google the error a bit. What to do after you fix an error? Okay, let's say you receive an error, a warning, and so on. A lot of times in Google Search Console there is a button called Validate Fix. The thing is, if you haven't fixed it very well, at some point it might reappear. So when you fix something, make sure you fix it on all the templates. So if you have 100 pages, don't fix it on one specific page where you receive the error. Fix it site-wide for the whole website. Okay. So this is how Google Search Console looks like. This is my own website, and I will present a few things from there. And in here you will see that there are some reports. I will try to go through most of them. And based on those reports, you will see that there are things that you don't need to check each day. So there are things which you might need to check rarely, not so often, and so on. Some of these, okay, so this is based on your priority. I can't tell you what average is and what often is, but to me, average would be like 1 or 2 times a month, and often like once a week or something like this, and rarely once every few months. Okay, but it depends on, okay, if you have a very important website, you only do technical SEO and so on, perhaps things will vary. If you have a lot of responsibilities and it's a small website and there are not a lot of changes to the website, perhaps this data will also need to be adjusted. Okay, the frequency. Okay, So you have a dashboard. This is the dashboard. I will explain to you a bit how it looks. Okay, so let's put the Microsoft phone in here to be centered. Okay, so this is the performance of my website. I can go in here, or I can click full report, and we will go through this, but I'm just saying you that you can click here or here. These are is the number of pages indexed, and you will see that not all the pages are indexed. Okay, what's the difference between indexed, crawled, and rank? Okay, so when you go on Google and you search for something, a page appears. There are 3 steps in making that page appear. One is scrolling, so Google has to go to my website and navigate from one link to another. So it will go to olivian.ro. Okay, let's in here. I see it's already opened. Okay, I disable internet so that I will not get messages from social networks. But Google will go to olivian.ro and that will navigate from one link to another. One link, second link, third link, and so on. Okay. This is scrolling. But he will look, is this page important? The home page? Probably yes. Okay, so Google will say, I will index it, which will mean something like save it. Save it in their own memory. Is this page relevant? Yes. Yes, this one, perhaps. This one is a bit old. This is from 2008. Perhaps I will not index it. I will crawl it, but not index it. Okay, so Google first crawls it, which means navigates it, interprets it, tries to understand it, and decides whether to index it or not. He then perhaps indexes it, and out of all the pages, so Google sees, like I have something like 2000 results on my website. From all the pages in here, Google will rank the most relevant one first. This is not happening. So when I search like this site, olivian.ro, it's not like I see the best pages. But when I search, for example, for on Google for extensions on Google Chrome, perhaps this page will appear in front position. I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying it might. This is ranking when you search for something on Google and there are some results. Okay. Let's go here and see what else. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. So this is indexing. As you see, Google has indexed, so saved around 2000 pages and not indexed 4000 pages, which means that I have an indexing status of 1/3. I can't give you any particular number or solution for this. It really depends on the website. We will look on why some pages are not getting indexed, but just remember, it's not like you have to have 100% indexing. There are various reasons for which pages don't get indexed, and I cannot give you, okay, you need to have more than 20% page index. Okay, if you have 100 pages and you only have one index, that's surely an issue. But if you have 100 pages and you have 70 pages indexed or 50 pages indexed, I'm not sure. So, okay, generally it's a good idea to have as many pages indexed as possible, but you don't want to rank with poor pages, and Google knows it and tries to index just the pages that are most relevant to him and most important to you. He tries to determine, is this important? Yes, no. Okay. Again on the dashboard, so we look, this is how my website olivian.ro ranks in Google. So how many clicks do I get each day from Google. This is how many pages get indexed, are saved in Google's database. So when I search on Google, Google will not go to olivian.ro. He will go to his own database, search in there, and just list my website. But so Google, when you search for something, doesn't go at that moment to olivian.ro. No, he already has a database and so on, and he searches the database, not on the live olivian.ro website. Okay, page experience, core web vitals, mobile visibility. This one is related to mobile friendliness or something like this. Core web, I think this one is a combination of these two. Okay, Core Web Vitals refers to speed and mobile usability. I am curious. Core Web Vitals page experience. Okay, so it will tell you that Core Web. So this is a combination. If I have HTTPS, so my site is with HTTPS in here. If the site is friendly on mobile, if the site has a good speed on both mobile and desktop, this is the same thing. And although it tells me pretty much that everything is perfect, when it makes the final conclusion, he tells me that not everything is perfect. But I'm not sure why, because he keeps saying that almost everything is perfect. But okay, it's not perfect, but close enough. Okay, so page experience is like for both mobile and desktop is like a combination of these two. And this is schema.org. We will talk about it. It's a very technical aspect. Okay. Let's see if I wrote something else. Performance. Okay. So what is clicks? Clicks means how many times did a person clicked on a result and got to my website. So this number to 20, you can select in here the date range. So what's the time frame? You can select it in here. I selected the maximum you can select. Even if you go here, it's 16 months. You can't go longer than that. For this reason, it might be a good idea. Let me write it down. Note, 1 second. Note, you can't go older than 16 months. Let's specify this. I wrote it poorly. Let's delete this word. Okay, so even if I would like to have the older data, I don't have it. I will show you at the end of the... Let's see if it's recording. I will tell you at the end of this video how to save data, how to backup data in Google Search Console. But if data is important to you, you should back it up. Okay, so you can make screenshots, you can export it. I will show you how to save it in Google Spreadsheets. Whatever you do, if data is important to you, save it, because you only have 1 year and 4 months of data, which is quite a lot. I generally don't need more than this, but if you need more than this, remember Google Search Console data is deleted after a while, so make sure to back it up. Okay, so what is clicks? Someone searches on Google. Perhaps I will need to use this a bit more often. Okay, someone searches on Google and they see this kind of results. If they just viewed that page, this is impressions. Okay, so just by typing this, all of these pages got an impression. But if I click, it actually got a visit to my website. Okay, it can happen from time to time that I click on a result and for whatever reason the site doesn't load, but let's say a click is a visit. Let's consider in 99% of the cases when someone clicks on a page, it's actually a visit. It's very rarely that someone clicks on a page and it doesn't load, but it can happen. Okay, so my website during these 16 months appeared in Google 600,000 times, and it generated 27,000 visits per 14 months. I can make a calculation. It's a few thousand visits from Google each month, which is about, you can see it in here, around 60 pages, 60 clicks from Google per day. 60 pages, or multiplied by 30 days, around 1,500, 2,000 visits from Google per month, each month. Okay, so these are clicks, these are impressions. CTRs come from click-through rate. Okay, so you go on Google and you see this. Do you click it or you don't click it? So if this page gets shown a lot because it's the home page, but no, for whatever reason nobody clicks on it, it says something wrong, I don't know what, it's a poor website, this means that I will get a lot of impressions and very few clicks. This means that I will have a click-through rate very poor because very few people clicked, although the website was shown a lot of times. So click-through rate should be as high as possible. So for example, if I get 100 impressions and only one click, I have a click-through rate of 1%. If I have 50 clicks, I have a click-through rate of 50%. So the higher the click-through rate, the better. Average position, okay, I can generally imagine this is a search. Okay, you search on Google and your website can appear first or second or third or fourth or whatever position. This is what average position refers to. My website generally appears on the third page of Google. First page is position 110, second page 1120, and third page 2130. So my website appears generally on position 22.1, which is of course very variable because for some results I might be on the top 5 results, and for some results I might be on page 5. And an average I'm 22, but this average of course varies a lot from keyword to keyword. Okay, so clicks, number of visits, impressions, how many times the website was shown on Google, click-through rate, ratio between clicks and impressions, and finally average position, how high or low am I appearing on Google. Okay, these are some keywords people use to get to my website. I would recommend to you, instead of navigating like this, it's simpler to just click this. To me it's simpler. I generally choose 50 or 100. Generally, if you go to top 100, you get a very good idea of what the website is about. Pages, it will show me the most visited pages on my website. I think I have it open here. So these are the most visited pages on my website. This, okay, you understand from the title, but to me it's not relevant. Most websites I work with, these are irrelevant. I don't work with that many websites from various countries and so on. So these are the queries and pages are important, the top pages and top queries. If you want to see other data in here, you just need to click here, for example, and it will show you click-through rate, if you want click-through rate, or average position. So this is on and off, right? Okay. And now I see click-through rate and position. Another interesting report is if you click here, you can click on images, and I have the report prepared here. Okay, my website during the past 3 months has only gotten 50 clicks. This is the sad reality. Not a lot of visitors came to my site for new images. So this can vary a lot from website to website, but I found it that a lot of times I don't get, and websites don't get too much traffic from images. But it's still interesting because in 3 months I got 50 people to my website from doing SEO for images. And also I also see this happening a lot. Lots of impressions. So even if people didn't click to get to the website, so when you go on Google Images and you search something, you can actually go to the website, or you can just view the image in Google Images. And as you see, a lot of times people have just seen some of my images on Google, but not actually clicked on them. And I talked about CTR and average position. I forgot to mention this, but you can click on new and you can create a filter. Okay, I want just the queries containing so and so. Let's see if I can put it like this and filter by BIOS. I'm not sure, but I think I don't get any data because I'm online. But let's see. No, I don't get data. Now it's stuck. Good. Great. Good to great. So in here you can filter. Okay, I only want pages that contain the word BIOS. I only want people that whatever URLs, whatever. There are various things which you can filter, various criteria by which you can filter results. Query, page, whatever. Generally, you can filter by query or page. And it also supports regex, which is regular expression. So with it, you can use things like beginning with, ending with, or, and. So you can use a query just for your, you should Google this. Okay, I will write this down because it's important. 1 second. Performance. Okay. Tip: you can filter data by query page and can even use regex, regular expressions. I will make sure to add a link to this. Right now we have no internet, but I will make sure to link to it. So you will have an ability to use regular expressions, which gives you and, or, beginning with, ending with, all sorts of things, containing. So you don't need to, I want to find pages that are contact me. No, contact and contact me are the same, but you containing contact, get in touch, write to me, whatever, hello. You can use or, and you separate the 4 keywords by or. Okay, let's move on. This is, to me, more important than performance. Okay, in performance you will get to see, let's see what I have written in there. Perhaps it's something important. Indexing. Okay, to me this is the most important report of them all in Google Search Console. So you should check this report from time to time. It will tell you why your pages don't get indexed. Okay, so you have this ratio, around 30% of my pages get indexed. Not even this, as you see, it's starting to decrease. I'm not sure, but okay, right now I think it's even smaller. The ratio is decreasing, which means Google might not put such big emphasis on my website. He might dislike it after a while. And it tells you why. Google tells you why I'm not indexing your website, and it gives you a list of reasons. Now these are very, very technical aspects, and I don't plan to explain them. I gave you at the start of the article, I gave you some articles to have a look at. If you go through them, most of them are explained in there. It will take too long to explain each of them, and this is not the purpose of the video, but I will still mention a few of them. So okay, Google will tell you these are the reasons for your website is not indexed. What does it mean it's not indexed? It means that you have no chance of ranking with that page. So if I have 25% of my pages, let's say, indexed, and the other 75% not indexed, this means that 75% of the pages on my website have no chance of ranking. So it doesn't matter if they're good, what's written, it doesn't matter, nothing matters, since they are not indexed. So I can have the best article in the world. If it's not indexed, it cannot rank. No matter if people search with quotes, things in there, doesn't matter. As long as it's not indexed, it won't crawl at all. So that's why the report is important, and it's important to have a look from time to time at it. Okay, I don't know how to explain it in simple terms. Okay, in here it tells you that this video is for beginners, and I cannot explain it in beginner terms. What you should do in this case, if you see this thing, you select it, you right click it, and you search on Google. This is what you do. Double click, search on Google. This is exactly what you need to do, and because you will forget, I will present it in here, okay, and you will need the video 20 days from now, and you will remember nothing 20 days from now. Okay, so what does alternate page with proper canonical tag means? It means that this page has said to Google, okay Google, I don't want you to index this page, this URL, I want to index most likely Trimiți poze email, send photos by email. So I don't want you to index this URL with this ugly stuff. And this is a URL with parameters, I don't want to index. and so on. I don't want you to index this URL for whatever reason. And instead just index olivia.ro SEO for images. This is the small URL. Don't index this no amp one, and so on. This is the reasons for not indexing the URLs. Okay. Pages with redirect. This means that this URL, of course, because it has parameters, redirect to the small URL. Okay. This URL also redirects because most likely it doesn't have an ending slash. I'm not sure why it redirects. This one shouldn't have redirect, but for what reason, whatever reason, it redirects. If I am in doubt, okay, you can click on here, inspect URL. We can't do this, but I will write this down. You should click on what's this? Search the search magnifier icon, inspect URL to find additional details about an error. Okay. Okay, let's see some other possible error. Excluded by no index. This means that I specifically told Google, I don't want you to index this page. And there are 500 pages in this situation. For whatever reason, I told Google not to index these specific URLs. I forgot why, but for whatever reason, I told Google not to index this kind of URL. These URLs Google has seen but not indexed. Perhaps it might be that they are not even crawlable. I see they are in alphabetical order. Okay, because you can't crawl by this. But I think Google just didn't like these pages. Okay, he looked at it and said, you know what, Google, Olivian, I don't want to index this URL. I'm not giving you a reason. I don't like the page. Whatever reason, I don't like it. Crawled, currently not indexed. Okay. So again, Google went to this URL. It found no specific problem, but decided not to index the URL. So he went to the cemetery and didn't like the cemetery. He read the joke and didn't find it funny enough. He saw the musical and said, okay, what kind of a guy watches musicals? He went to the Google feed and said, you know what, this is a RSS feed. I don't want to index this URL. I think this might be comments. I'm not sure, but I think this is comments feed. You know what, Olivian? This event has already happened, so why should I index it? Okay, I will stop bad mouthing my own content. Okay, so duplicate without user selected canonical. So he found that, for example, this URL, which is a million years ago, is already somewhere on the internet. It also found this URL from 15 years ago that it's duplicated. Wow, incredible. Just 15 years ago. Okay. Okay, so again, duplicate content, but this is an old URL, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Good. I was afraid I wrote something in there like a password and I wouldn't be able to undo the setting. Okay. Video indexing. Okay, so what's video indexing? My personal experience with video indexing is I worked with clients for which videos were not that important, but Google thinks they should be important, and Google keeps sending emails. Oh, solve these issues, and the site owners get panicked and they try to fix the issue. And it's generally like when you see it in here already, although I have hundreds of videos, it keeps if it found just one single error in this category, he sends an email. Okay, in this case, perhaps I would try to fix it. Okay, let's go a bit here because it's important. So when you look at this kind of thing, look at the, okay, I'll write this down. Note. when deciding on what URLs to work on, what errors to work on, look at the number of URLs affected and then see if you identify patterns. So what I mean with this, that you can fix, of course. What I mean with this is, okay, in this case, perhaps I should stop generating this kind of URLs. If there is a possibility of not generating this URL, okay, try to do it. I will try to avoid adding URLs with parameters. I'm not sure where this came from, but try to find it and remove this kind of URL. I don't need it. Perhaps I would, okay, I told you where you can fix. This is WordPress, and WordPress generates this URL /feed. WordPress does it. Okay, I cannot fix it in there. Okay, if I cannot fix it, I will just ignore it. But for video, okay, it tells me here that the video is outside the viewports. What it refers to is that if I go to this page, the video is not shown on the first screen, but I have to scroll to see the video. Who cares? Who cares that I have to scroll to see the videos? But what Google would do is alert the site owner and tell him, oh, you have a problem. And the site owner will come to me and tells me, oh, Olivia, look what Google says. Okay, but what should I do? It's not important. It doesn't matter. I have all these pages on my blog, and it doesn't matter that the video is not on the viewport. I want it. I don't want my... So the articles in here are not just about the video. Okay, it's good that I have a video, but it's not just about the video. So the fact that it doesn't get indexed, it doesn't matter. Okay. Enough complaining. Page experience. No. Okay, sitemap. What I can do, let's write it down. Rarely sitemap. I have to put it in context. In sitemaps, make sure you add the sitemap index URL in there. So what you need to do, if your website has multiple sitemaps, just submit the index and that's it. Submit the index and you can forget all about it. Okay, you can check if there are errors and so on. We will look at the crawling stats, yeah. But if you just submit the index URL and it tells you in other reports that it doesn't find problems, we are good to go. For example, this URL, no, this one, I'm surprised. I don't think I submit. I think okay, I will. Okay, this one again. This is strange. Just 6 years ago, I submitted this URL. I'm surprised. Okay, okay. I don't remember doing this, so that's why I'm surprised. I think Yoast does it. This plugin for WordPress submitted the URL, and right now it read it. Okay. Page experience. So in here is just a report with a combination of other reports. I will not go through them right now. These are the other reports. Core Web Vitals, which means that your site is moving fast or slow on mobile. I have a blog with just 10 images per homepage, and in the article I generally have one photo and one video. Most of the articles are like this, mostly one photo and one video, and it has some text, sometimes very much, but if it just text, a few photos and one or two videos, it's not a huge page and I can optimize it very well. But generally websites will not look like this, just everything in green and perfect. You need to fix it, and you will get people and site owners, okay, I'm in orange, oh no, I'm in red for 10% of URLs. Okay, I will say to you that for conversion purposes. So what conversions means? Okay, someone gets to Olivian.ro website and it starts clicking on things, and it subscribes to the newsletter. Or if you have an online store, it buys a product. That's a conversion. Or it subscribes to the newsletter. Or it becomes a returning customer, keeps returning to the website, or whatever your conversion is. And for conversion purposes, having a very fast website is very good. It's also good for ecology. You save the planet by having a fast website. There are multiple reasons for which you should have a fast website. But just for SEO purposes, speed is important. You should try to have it. But if you're on Orange, to me it's fine. I wouldn't worry that much about it. Okay, if you're in red and 90% are in red and it's not just red but it's like 20 seconds per page, you should definitely do something about it. But if you're in orange with a lot of URLs and just a few with red and just a few with the green, I would say it's pretty okay. If I have a blog like in the current situation, Olivian.ro, which has just articles, some videos and some photos, but not a lot, and on the specific page just 10 or something like this, you can optimize. It's not complicated. I put lazy loading, which means that whenever I scroll it loads the images, but it doesn't load the images at the beginning, and I can put a plugin for speed, and it solves 90% of my problems. But if you have an e-commerce store and the photos are not optimized and you have a lot of products and you have lots of things to show, it's a nightmare to try to fix that speed, of course. So the solution is okay, let me write this down. Try to get the low-hanging fruits. Solve the most important issues at the beginning. So if you have a lot of issues, solve the most important ones, and that's it. You will find that even the most important and easy to fix, yeah. So if you fix the most important and easy to fix issues at the beginning, you will have better solutions. The problem with this report, if it were in orange or red, is that it didn't tell you what the issue actually is. So okay, you have 50 URLs needing improvement. What do I need to do? I don't know. So in this case, you should run a report like this one. 98, oh my god, so little, I need to do something. Of course, much better. Yeah, this is absurd. It doesn't matter. Of course, I want to have a fast website and I'm working on it, but it's not the only purpose. But I'm happy it's green everywhere. Okay, so you should run through this report and see. Okay, as you see, I only have some errors in orange, but it tells me in here, avoid the big size. What can I do? It's a large website, so I have 10 articles on the blog, and some of them are large. Of course, it's a large DOM size. Images do not have, and what is it? So this is the lazy loading placeholder. Just it doesn't load, but it's like I'm pretty sure it doesn't even load. So this thing, I'm pretty sure it doesn't even load. So it doesn't matter, but it shows the error in red. You look at it, it's red, fix it. No, it's not. Google doesn't understand. This one is a very, very small image. It's a GIF, very, very, very small image. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't even load. So even if it's in the source code, it doesn't load. For this thing, you put it in red. I'm telling you, a lot of tools like this don't understand what the website is about. Elements with this is a error in red. Okay, you can accessibility. Okay, I will not comment. To me, this is not that important. Like, even for accessibility. Okay, Creative Commons and okay. I think this one is done by the team and it's complicated to change. Let's cover my actions, not to say another bad word. Okay, so I put some links in here and I wrote read more. Oh my god, this is all wrong. Okay. And okay, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I look through the reports and most of them are reasonable, which means laughable. Okay, test with this report. 20.1. It should be, let's say, 1.2. Okay, but it's tested from Canada. If I would have searched, if I would test it from Romania, I would have likely gotten a much better result, because this one is okay. 2.1, 2.1. Okay, but let's see some other tests. This one is in Germany, and it loaded in 3.766 milliseconds. So it's not even Romania, but okay. And the page is very, very small because a lot of things are lazy loaded. Even this one, oh, this is, I have a plugin with aggressive settings, I think, set up. Okay, it doesn't do this. Does it really matter? It's very small website, very, very small, very fast, very everything. No, it's red. You only have 95 degrees. Okay, so the tool cannot properly understand what it's about. I'm picking on them. I will not do anything. Even if I read all the reports, I don't have an actionable item. It's not something important and easy to fix. Some of them can be fixed, but they are complicated, and some of them are easy to fix but don't matter, or are very have very little small importance. Okay, this one, where did it test from? This one, it loaded in 4 seconds, but it matters where it tested from. I'm not sure. Where did you test from? Come on, tell me this. Where are you? The tests. USA. Okay, I understand why it took so long. It tested from the USA. Okay, and it just 200 kilobytes. Okay, it took 4 seconds to download 200 kilobytes. Okay, in this case, let me tell you, you have a problem with your server, not with mine. Most people in Romania will not have this issue. This one doesn't work. Okay, so this one, this is a cool tool. It will get Olivian.ro. I should have done better. I don't have the data, but it will tell you the data from all around the world, and I'm pretty sure that it will be green everywhere. Okay, this is another tool. So this tool would tell you. I will put it in photos. So I will run again this test. Let's put it here, and I will put it as a photo. Okay, this is my website, Olivian.ro, and this is the competition. As you can see, this is a very big website, very big website, very big website. I don't think that any of these care so much that they don't have a very fast website. I care. To me, this is important, but to them, it might not be. And I think this is also fine. You don't have to fix everything the tool gives you as an error. Mobile usability. Okay, this is pretty good, pretty simple. Is it friendly for mobile? But I've seen this happening. There were like 1,000 of pages or even more, whatever. And the 1 or 2 pages, for one specific reason, got a problem not with mobile usability, but with mobile usability as scrolled at a specific time. So Google enter at some point, and if you have a very large website and so on, and multiple days pass, and at some point Google has a problem crawling a page. And instead of telling, okay, I might have a problem, I'll crawl it again a few times to make sure it's right. No, they will tell you, the page is broken, it can't be seen on mobile. But it's not, I'm just viewing it, it's okay. Okay, if it's, yeah, but you just informed my client that this is an error, and because we informed it, they wrote to me, and I had to check, and all this nonsense problem for no actual problem. It's mobile usability. generally it's not a problem. If you can view the website fine on mobile, you're generally okay. Google does inform you, but I'm telling you, for very large websites, it's natural that at some point you have a very small number, not 10%, a very, very small number, 1 or to 5 or something like this. It's natural that this report will give you errors. Even if you fix them, it says in here validate fix. Even if you validate fix, at some point they will reappear, which is very frustrating because it sends emails and okay. Schema.org. Okay. What is schema.org? Schema.org is code in the backend. So this is the front end. No, let's find the real website. This is how a page looks like, and this is how the backend. This is in the back of the website. This is the source code. Yeah. So this is what the website looks like in the background, in the code, and that code can contain a specific instruction for Google and other search engines. Okay, but Google is the most important one. It can contain specific instructions about schema.org for breadcrumbs, for example. And you will see that there might be some errors of warnings. If there are warnings, you can ignore them, you can fix them, but they're not that very important to fix. But if it's like in red, it's generally an error and you need to fix it. But again, it's just 3 pages. It's breadcrumbs. I'm not sure where I have breadcrumbs on my website. I try to disable them, but I'm sure there are. I didn't even look at the report. Who cares if I have some breadcrumbs on my website I don't even know about that are giving errors? And out of 3 pages, I only have 1 page with breadcrumbs. Google should look at this report and understand, okay, this is breadcrumbs, which is like for navigation. It's only on 3 pages out of, I have a few thousand pages on my website. Out of those, only 1 is valid and is shown. So this is the only one that is shown on Google. Who cares that Google should say, okay, I will present you this error, but I know it doesn't matter. But no, I'm not sure if it says errors like this via email. I don't remember seeing one, but this is a non-issue. And when you look at the report, it says, oh, it's red, fix it. Oh my God, no, it's not. Sitelinks search box. This is another type of schema.org so for this box, okay? On your website we have a search box, and you can have this box shown on Google, and for this box to be shown on Google, you can add a specific schema.org. If you add it, it will show on Google. This is the thing. Manual actions. Okay, if you do something evil on the internet, like getting spammy links or whatever stuff, Google might penalize you. There are multiple criteria. You should read about it. Okay, what are manual actions given for? Okay, I will look it up. I will look some articles on this, but there are some criteria for which manual actions are given, but generally, if you don't try to manipulate or do something evil, Google will not penalize you. But I will give you some links because I think you need some reading on it. Stuff include presenting to Google something else than for the visitor. So you see that Google is visiting your website and you give him something else to visit. You hide text from the visitor, but you show it to Google. You create spammy links on the internet. You spam a lot of websites with links on the internet. It's not just one criteria, and I don't know them by heart, but avoid trying to manipulate Google in order to have this criteria always with no issues. Security issues. If your website get virused, if you have a virus on your website, you will have you might be able to see it in here. Not all the security issues get shown here, but some of them do. So you can have a virus and not be shown here. It doesn't matter that if in this tool it tells you it's green, all good. It doesn't matter that you 100% sure you don't have a virus. It's not certain. Links. How many other websites point to you? And you can see in here what they are pointing to. Crawl stats. Okay, this is how Google crawls my website. So first it crawls, then index, then ranks. Hopefully it ranks. So it's good that Google constantly crawls my website. Okay, so Google will have this tendency to send you bizarre reports. I will show you some examples. Desktop, GSC. Okay. One second. So even if it doesn't, if Google isn't sure that it's a big problem, I mentioned a lot of this video. Even if it's not a big issue, he will keep sending you an email. And I made the comparison in the article. If you want to, someone asks you, should I buy phone model X? And you don't know anything. Why they need it for? What's the budget? If they like iPhone or which I mean iOS or Android smartphones. If they want premium or very cheap, if they want something not to be broken easily, if they want a phone that will last them for 7 years, not 2 years, if they want second hand or new, there are so many criteria for which you can take a decision for a phone. And if someone asks you, is this a good phone? Well, of course it's a good phone. Yeah, it's a good phone, but this is not a good question. You should ask me, I need this phone for these kind of things. I have this criteria, and now I need to make a decision based on everything. Is this a good decision? I will tell him, no, there's another phone which is better. But if you tell me, is this a good phone? Yeah, of course, it's a good phone. Someone produced it. It has a market. You can be in that market. So there is no, it's a good phone for everyone. It's a good phone for a specific need. Okay, so let's comment on the search performance article. Okay, I have so many clicks, so many impressions. This is my most popular articles on my blog. Okay, what people search to get onto my website. This is the search queries used to get to my website. Most people came to my website from mobile, not from desktop devices. Okay. Again, the internet is evolving. Okay, I present it here. So I rank for BIOS messages, but this is the trend for Google BIOS messages. As you can see, as time passes, more and more people are searching for BIOS messages. So if I'm first position in 2018, I will get fewer clicks than if I'm first position in 2023. Even if it's the same article, I didn't do anything. I'm just, okay, I'm first position, let's say. But because more and more people are searching for BIOS messages, I will get more visitors. One criterion. So more and more people are searching for BIOS messages. And another one, more and more people are getting online. In the year 2000, 43 people in the US were on the internet. 2023, double. Of course, I will get more visitors because more and more people are getting to the internet. So okay, it's an increase from 1 year to another. Of course, the internet is growing. At some point, perhaps we will reach maturity and it will stop growing. But until then, it's natural that more and more people are coming online and I will get better stats. Okay, let's go through this. New owner. This simply means that okay, now I put my email address and I didn't see it. This means that uh, on my property, on my Google Search Console property, a new person has been added. It's just that that person can access my property. Okay, video tutorial. This is very annoying. I showed you the report, so most likely this is a very irrelevant report that Google has sent. Video tutorial. What does it mean? What's a video tutorial? What can I do? I will make it shorter. What should I do? Video tutorial. What's that? It's annoying because why would you send, if you are Google, why would you send such a very poor report? It's a very, very poor report. Video tutorial. What's that? What kind of error is that? You have to investigate it, open the report, see what's in it. Generally, out of 100 videos, you only have 1 or 2 with this issue. What will you do? You will start filming the video again. So, really pointless report. But it will give you, okay, I have a report, I have to do something. Okay. Blocked by robots.txt. Okay, this one you need to investigate. It might be a serious issue, but this one you will need to investigate. It might be something important. Mobile usability. Again, I've seen it a few times. Normal looking websites at some point get an issue with usability, and even if it's just 1 or 2 pages, a report gets sent. Okay. And we are close to finishing up. Okay. So, what does missing field aggregate rating means? When you look into a Google Search Console, there are some errors called product snippets. So these are for e-commerce. If you have an online store, you will get these kind of errors. You should treat them with care and avoid having errors. So if you have a warning on this, okay, I would consider fixing it nevertheless. But if it's complicated, okay, ignore it. But if it's in red, if it's an error, fix the errors you see on product snippets. They generally have an impact on how you rank on Google, and I would focus on fixing them. Again, for e-commerce websites, this is for merchant listings, and if I were you, I would look it up to see why am I getting this kind of errors. And final thing I want to tell you. Okay, I told you you cannot get data more than 16 months. So you can download it. That's one solution. But another solution by Mihai Perghiș, I know this person, he's a very nice person, works from Romania currently. He made this plugin, which has a good rating, lots of users, free, I think. Let's see. Okay, free of charge, but I think free of charge for most users will be fine. And you can use this add-on. It's not a plugin, it's an add-on. You can use it to grab data. It has screenshots. I will not go through them because for copyright issues. But you just open this tool. You go to, okay, I don't have internet. You go to extensions and you install it first of all, of course. So you have to install it. After you install it, you go to extensions, search analytics for sheets, and then in here you group by query. You select group by query, and you have to read it. Okay, what can I tell you? Read the stuff. It tells you in plain language. It's not complicated, and once you use it for a while, you'll get used to it. You will get reports like this. Okay, this is what you get if you add query in here. So these are the queries people search to get to my website, and you just need to explore the data for a while and it's saved. That's it. And if you don't select query, you'll only get like how it's called, synthesis. 1 second. Aggregate. You will get an aggregate. Okay, so data will be, this is an aggregation for the past 16 months. These are my stats, good or bad, however you want to interpret them. this is it. We got to the end. Let's do a bit of a recap. This is Google Search Console. Some important things to remember. This is the most important thing. Go in here, indexing pages from time to time. Go and visit them. If Google sends you a message, oh, you have a warning, you have an error, I told you how to look at them. It's not a one size fit all, but a lot of times I wouldn't. So if I were to make a habit, would be okay, receive the error and just look at it and see if it's something to be focused on. Try at the beginning. Okay, don't if you get at the when you first put Google Search Console on a website, try to look at the errors and see if they're okay. After a while, after you will receive the fifth email that video is out of viewport, stop sending this Google. If you will, after the fifth email, stop looking at that error, create a filter in Gmail or whatever you do, but don't use that criteria anymore. Don't that report. But don't ignore all the messages from Google Search Console. You will learn with time what not to ignore. For example, if it tells you an error with manual action or security issue, fix this ASAP, immediately. If you get an error like this, immediately, whatever you do, fix this error, because it's hugely important. And for indexing pages, okay, let's go here. No. Okay, this for this report, have a look at it from time to time. And if Google sends an email about this, okay, have a look at it to see if you've done something yesterday or something like this, a recent change, you can have a look. But generally, you should look at this report from time to time. It's much better to have a look at this report, this page, and check it from time to time, rather than wait for Google to send you an email with whatever he thinks they think it's important. This is more important to check manually than via email. And the others, I told you in the article, you can read it, what is important and what is less important. Thank you all for watching me. Have a good day ahead.